girl that made the 999 call?
Yeah. Kate Jaffrey, I work with Mike.
It's Mike that's been assaulted, yeah?
Yeah.
The ambulance is on its way, OK?
Mike? Mike? OK, take it easy.
Dave.
How you doing?
See the other bloke? Oh.
Do you know him?
No.
Do you know what he looks like? Was he young, old, black, white? Do you know why you were attacked, Mike? Mike?
Burglars?
Morning, James.
Oh, Rodney, just the man.
What?
There's an incident at St Philip's Youth Club down on the Croft. Mike Fox, the guy who runs the place, he's been assaulted.
Mike Fox? Never heard of him.
Well, remember the name. He's a useful ally. Uniform love him.
Why?
Well, he doesn't take sides, and considering that most people in his position are raving lefties, take it from me, that's useful. Now, come on!
So the storeroom's OK and the till's OK. Is there anything else they might have been after?
Petty cash?
Have you checked it?
No, I emptied it last night.
How much do you usually keep in there?
Depends. £5, £10 maybe?
Well, he beat up Mike for a fiver.
Oh, come on. Some of the kids round here would sell their own grandmother for less.
Couldn't find any sign of a forced entry.
No?
No.
No, this doesn't look like a burglary to me.
What else could it have been?
Morning.
Jim, Rod?
This is DC Carver, this is DC Skase. This is Kate Jaffrey, the girl who made the call.
Hello.
Hi.
So, would you like to tell me exactly what happened, Kate? Please. Sit down.
Well, it's all pretty straightforward, really. I came in about 8:30, went into the office and found him lying there. That's it.
Did you see anyone around? Anyone who shouldn't have been?
No.
Anything unusual at all?
No.
So why do you think someone would have attacked him like this?
Well, I think he disturbed burglars.
Why's that?
Well, that's what Mike said while we were waiting for the ambulance to arrive. Burglars.
All right. Anything missing?
No, he obviously scared them off.
And what kind of state was he in when you found him?
He was unconscious.
But if they knocked him unconscious, then surely they would have taken the opportunity to clean the place out, yeah?
Why are you asking me? You seem to have made your mind up.
Can you think of any other reasons?
For what?
For why someone should have had a go at him?
No. Look, I really can't see the point in this. He disturbed burglars. That's what he said. Bad luck for him, good luck for the club. We didn't lose anything. Why is that so hard to accept?
Right. Thanks. Anything broken?
This. It's probably an improvement.
OK. Now, you understand I've got to ask you a few questions.
Fire away.
Now, you didn't see anything?
No, they hit me from behind.
They?
Yeah, I heard two voices.
Right. Now, Dave Quinnan said you thought it was burglars. Now, what was that?
Who else could it have been?
There's nothing missing. There's no signs of a forced entry. Or maybe there was another reason for the attack.
Like what?
Have you had any disagreements recently?
No.
Are there any kids who don't like being told what to do?
Kids are kids. They'll always break the rules. Maybe I've bawled a few out. It goes with the territory, but it wasn't kids who did this.
All right, so what about the parents? Well, you know what fathers are like if their little boy doesn't get into the football team.
I don't think so.
Could you have upset someone's boyfriend or someone's husband?
Look, I'm not having it away with anyone's wife, if that's what you think.
Okay. That'll do for the minute.
Thanks. How's Kate, by the way? What does she make of all this?
She's fine. She thinks the same as you. Burglars.
Well, you're a bit hard on him.
That's too jumpy. And Kate Jaffrey.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? It's knocking off somebody's wife.
Oh, Jim, the index turned up something useful. Carl Ryder.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, Tosh and I just had a little chat with him. He turned over St Philip's last year.
Oh, did he indeed?
No, but he's got an alibi for this morning. I checked it out. It's kosher.
So?
So, when we talked to him, he told us something rather interesting about Mike Fox.
Which is?
Apparently, rumours have been flying about recently that he's gay.
And?
And some people don't like it. There's a bloke who coaches football down at St Philip's, Len Perkins. Well, according to Ryder, he hates puffs.
Right.
Yeah?
Mr. Perkins.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm Detective Constable Carver, Sunhill. Can I have a word, please?
Yeah. Come in. So, what have I done then?
So you don't work, Mr. Perkins?
Shift work. I'm a warehouse manager.
So you were here between 8 and 9 this morning, then?
Yeah. Why?
Could anyone confirm that?
My lad, Jamie.
What about the wife?
Separated, mate.
Right, is Jamie here?
No, he's down the gym trying to get fit in his old man. He's not in any trouble, is he?
No. No. I understand you help out at St Philip's.
Yeah, do a bit of football coaching for some of the youngsters there.
And that you know Mike Fox?
Look, DC...
Carver.
DC Carver. Do you want to tell us what all this is about, mate?
Mike was attacked at the club earlier today.
Oh. Is he OK?
Broken nose, bad bruising, someone gave him a good going over. Now, you wouldn't know why someone would want to do that, would you?
Me? No.
You sure about that?
I am sure, mate, but you're obviously not. Do you think I know something about this, do you?
Well, it's been suggested that you're not one of Mike's greatest fans.
Listen, what people get up to in their private life has got nothing to do with me.
Does it bother you?
I can't understand it myself, but like I say, it's his life. What's it got to do with me? These are from football. It's a contact sport. I got cuts and bruises all over me.
So why do you think someone put your name forward?
I've got a big mouth. Maybe I've cracked a few jokes in the changing rooms and someone's got the wrong idea. But that's it. Has Mike said something then?
No, not yet.
So, is Mike married?
No.
Girlfriend?
What's that got to do with what happened this morning?
Has he got a girlfriend?
No.
Why is that, then? I mean, he's a good-looking guy, he's easygoing, popular, you know.
I don't know, you tell me.
All right. Is it because he's homosexual?
Yeah, Mike's gay. It's not illegal.
Then why didn't you mention that to us this morning,
I didn't think his sexuality had anything to do with the fact that we were burgled.
Well, we're pretty sure that this morning wasn't a burglary.
So what was it then?
We think it was a gay attack.
Really?
You think that's possible?
Maybe. Hi. Hi. Hi, I'll just get you back, okay?
So, any names? I mean, who do you think would want to do something like that?
I don't know.
What about Len Perkins?
Yeah. I think Len Perkins might have had something to do with it.
Why, because he's homophobic?
It's not that simple. Len's got a 16-year-old son, Jamie, and there are rumours flying around that Mike's been involved with him.
Mike Fox has discharged himself and gone AWOL.
Nonce.
Rod, circulate his description to uniform. I think it's about time we had words with him. Jim?
Yep.
Mr. Perkins is here.
Oh, has he come voluntary?
Go.
Sort of. I told him we'd nick him if he didn't.
Well, I've just been on to Fox's last boss in Hackney.
Anything?
No, look, I think we're talking first time here. Kate Jaffrey swears he's never done it before, and I believe her now.
OK, look, I don't want any personal prejudices getting in the way here.
Sure, I just understand his reaction, that's all.
Leave it outside the interview room, Jim. Mr. Perkins, why didn't you tell us about the rumours concerning Mike Fox and your son, Jamie?
What rumours?
Serious allegations of sexual misconduct between Fox and your son.
Have you heard this then?
From a very reliable source.
So if you're saying he's been messing around with my son, why am I sitting here instead of him?
Mr. Fox will be brought in for questioning.
Why am I sitting here instead of him?
Mr. Fox will be brought in for questioning. You are sitting here because we do not need people taking the law into their own hands and dishing out their own punishment.
I never touched him.
So why didn't you mention this business with Jamie when we spoke earlier? Why hadn't you contacted us before?
But why do you think? I didn't want all this brought out in the open. I didn't want Jamie to have to go through all this. You know, when you told me that someone had pasted Fox, I thought, great, it's been sorted.
Okay.
So when did you first think something was wrong?
People started making cracks about Jamie and him. I ignored it. And a few days ago, I heard some of the lads singing. It was a football chant. Except they were singing a song about Jamie, you know, being one of them.
Kids do that sort of stuff. It's just a joke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I thought I'd better have a word with him about it anyway.
And what did he say?
Well, I expected him to say, yeah, that's what it is, a joke.
But
Well, instead, it all came tumbling out.
what?
Fox had interfered with him.
Was Jamie more specific than that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, you know, I find this quite hard.
It's okay, take your time.
He said Fox had forced himself on him.
And what did he mean by that?
Sex.
Okay, we're gonna have to get Jamie down here.
I want to be with him, you know. You don't speak to him without me. He needs his dad there.
Of course.
Yeah, that's it. You do it, George.
Michael Fox. I need to speak to you in connection with allegations of a serious sexual offence on Jamie Perkins.
What?
I'm arresting you. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you do say may be given them evidence. Do you understand?
It's not what you think, Dave.
Sergeant, this is Jamie Perkins. He's here in connection with...
I know why he's here. Okay. Jamie, if you'd just like to call me. Right, your dad's waiting in the interview room here.
Am I going to be doing the interview with him?
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that. It's just here on the right, okay. It's just this one. That's it.
All right, son.
Are you sure it's a good idea to have the father in with the boy, Gov?
Look, Perkins is still top of my list with the ABH, and I want to see how he reacts with his son present. Hello, Jamie. I'm Detective Inspector Johnson. This is Detective Constable Carver.
Hi.
Have a seat. Jamie, this is just an informal chat, OK? So there's no need to be nervous. And if at any time you want to stop, just tell us and we'll give it a break.
OK.
So, how long have you been going to St. Philip's?
About 6 months.
And how often do you go?
3 nights a week.
And obviously that's where you met Mike Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad tells us you've become quite matey with him. You get on well.
Yeah.
How did you become mates, then?
Well, I didn't really enjoy the football.
You did enjoy the football.
Mr. Perkins.
Well, I did enjoy it, but I wasn't that good, so sometimes I go off for a bit.
And what would you do?
Dunno, have a chat, maybe.
With Mike?
Yeah.
And where would this happen?
In his office.
Jamie, did anything else happen in the office that you think we should know about?
Go on.
Yeah.
What was that?
He touched me.
Okay. Whereabouts on your body?
He touched him on his private parts.
Mr. Perkins, I need to hear Jamie say it. Jamie?
On my private parts.
And what did you do?
I asked him not to.
And what did he do?
He carried on, said it was all right.
Did you try physically to stop it?
He froze, didn't he? I've read about it. People freeze in that sort of situation.
Is that right? So when did this first happen?
About 3 months ago.
And has it happened again? Many times?
Yeah.
He forced himself on him.
Dad, please.
He threatened him. He said he'd tell everyone that Jamie was the pervert.
Mr. Perkins.
He makes me feel sick. People like him deserve...
Deserve what? Mr. Perkins, if you do not stop interrupting... Jamie, I need to know if Mike Fox had sex with you. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to have a medical examination now.
But he's told you what happened.
Look, I'm sorry. He has to if you want to press charges.
How'd you come?
I've got a jacket to put over my head.
You've been in the wars, young man.
What'll happen to Mike?
How'd you get those bruises, Jamie?
What'll happen to him?
Well, if we think there's sufficient evidence to prosecute, then he will be charged and the case will go to court. How'd you get those marks, Jamie?
Football.
I'm not surprised you don't like it.
Do you think he'll go to prison?
If he's proved guilty, hopefully, yes.
OK, I'm going to take your blood pressure now. Would you like to sit on the bed?
Why do I have to do this?
Well, we need a medical to confirm the allegations you've made.
And if I don't do it?
We'll probably have to let him go.
No.
Jamie, I know this is difficult, but we need the examination if you want to press charges.
No.
I want to see a solicitor.
Yeah, fine. Do you have one you want us to ring?
I don't think a family solicitor would be appropriate, do you? I'd like to see a duty solicitor, please.
Okay. Cell 3, please, George. Jamie! Come on. This way.
Come on. Jamie, wait there.
Tom?
Have a word, Dov.
Excuse me, Mr. Perkins.
We've got a problem. He won't do the medical.
Why?
I don't know. He seems more concerned about Fox than he does himself.
Scared?
Maybe. I mean, he's got several bruises. He said he got them playing football, but...
Jamie, I understand you don't want to do the medical.
I want to talk to you on your own. No one else, not my dad. Or him.
Okay. Come with me.
It's not true.
What isn't?
I wanted to do it.
What do you mean?
I like blokes.
Jamie, you're 16. How can you be sure of that?
I've known for years. It's just one of those things, like I know I've got blonde hair. It's the same thing.
Look, whatever you say, what's happened between you and Mike Fox is still illegal.
I might do the medical. You can't charge him without the evidence. That's what the officer said.
Jamie, he's taken advantage of you because you're young and it's
No,
not...
it started it. It wasn't even him that started it. It was me.
Does your dad know all about this?
Yeah.
Why is he saying you were assaulted?
Because he can't handle it. Don't blame him. It's not his fault. It's just one of those things. Blokes like him don't like blokes like me. It's the way he was brought up.
What happened when you told him?
I had to lie to him.
And he reacted badly?
Yeah. I kept trying to tell him that, it wasn't like that. But he just wouldn't stop. So I told him what he wanted to hear.
Is that how you got the bruises, Jamie?
Yeah. He's never hit me before. Basically he's all right. We get on okay. It's just one of those things. I love him. He loves me. Just doesn't understand. Could have done it with a girl. Why should it be any different because it's a bloke?
Are you sure about this?
I can't lie anymore.
Right, you're free to leave now.
Sorry.
We're not charging you at the moment. We've got further inquiries to make. Come on.
Is that it? No explanations? No apologies?
I don't think apologies are due. The assault, what do you want to do about it?
What do you mean?
We've got a suspect.
Just drop it. Not pressing any charges.
Now, we wouldn't want it all coming out in court, would we?
What's going on? Why is this medical taking so long?
He refused the medical.
What do you mean he refused?
Have a sit down, Mr. Perkins. He doesn't want to do it. Because he doesn't want charges brought against Mike Fox.
Why?
You know why. And it doesn't matter how hard you hit him, he's not going to change.
What's he told you?
That you hit him till he said what you wanted.
What I wanted? He's told me the truth.
Not according to him.
I don't believe this. He's 16. 16!
Mr. Perkins.
There's a pervert sitting next door who, according to you, hasn't done anything wrong.
This is a very difficult case.
How is it difficult, eh? What Fox has done is illegal, isn't it?
Technically, yes.
So charge him.
Look, without the medical evidence, it would never get to court. We've had to release him.
What? And he's going back to St. Philip's, is he?
Yes.
So he can abuse other people's kids? Well, don't blame me if something happens to him, and it won't be just a black eye this time.
Mr. Perkins, don't even think about it. You've pushed your luck far enough. Don't push it any further.
So I'm meant to accept what's happened, am I? Accept that my son is a homosexual?
Up to you.
Do you know what it felt like when he told me all that stuff?
Why don't you just think about Jamie?
Don't you think that's what I'm doing? I just wanted to help him, that's all. I didn't want to hurt him.
Well, I think he could do with your help now. He's in the custody area waiting for you.
What's he said about me?
You'll have to talk to him.
He hates me now, does he?
Come on.
Because I hit him, because I don't understand him. Well, what do I say? I don't know what to say to him.
Ray, where's Jamie Perkins?
He's gone.
Gone? Where?
Left the station about 5 minutes ago.
No, he's waiting for me.
Sorry.
This could be one for the memoirs, Joe. I never thought I'd see the day when Frank Bannon turned snout.
Any idea what's going on?
No, he wouldn't say on the phone, but a pound to a penny, it's something to do with John Grieve.
Oh, right. Those two used to be thick as thieves, didn't they?
Well, they grew apart slightly after Grieve shot him in the head.
That figures. That's Frank Bannon.
The same.
He's not moving so well, is he?
Well, neither would you if you'd been carrying a bullet round in your head for the best part of a year.
It's not still in there, is it?
I wouldn't shed any tears. He was a right nasty piece of work in his time. Hello, Frank. This is D.S. Morgan. How are you feeling?
Oh, terrific.
So what can we do for you?
I don't want nothing from you.
So what are we doing here, then?
I've got something that you want.
Oh, yeah?
There's this bloke I know, Brian Taylor. He's picking up a car this afternoon from a long-stay car park at the city airport. Car's been there about a week. Word is it's drugs.
Word from whom?
Never mind who. Point is, the car belongs to John Grieve.
Fancy that.
Well, what do you expect after what he did to me?
How come you didn't testify against him at the time?
Half a dozen passers-by saw him put that bullet in your head. were willing to testify till they heard that you weren't.
Want to know why I didn't testify? It's Debbie, my Jenny's youngest, coming out of school.
It's a nice picture.
Yeah, and it wasn't me that took it. Just came through my door after I came out of hospital.
There's not a lot to go on, Frank.
I've given you a start. The rest down to you. John Greaves an animal. He wants putting away.
Right. This is Grieve. He and Bannon used to be blaggers together back in the 80s. And then Grieve followed the smart money and moved into drugs.
What, and Bannon didn't approve?
Well, either that, there was a bit of rivalry. But a year ago, they had a Barney and the Admiral, and Grieve came off worst. So he goes and gets himself a shooter, waits outside the pub, and Bosch gives it to him in the back of the head. Half a dozen people must have seen this, including Bannon's daughter Jenny.
But no witnesses. So now it's payback time.
Well, he probably thinks this is less risky than testifying.
Let's hope he's right.
Right. From what Frank Bannon tells us, it looks like this car at the airport is being used as a drop. Which means that whoever's bringing the drugs in dumps them in the boot, clears off, and then one of Greaves' people comes along later and picks the car up.
Now, the car's registered to Mayfly Leisure. That's Greaves' company. He owns 1 or 2 clubs and the snooker hall in the High Street.
Now, this is the nearest we've ever been to Grieve himself. He's always proved Teflon-coated in the past. So this time, I want to hit him with something sticky.
Right, I'm off outside. Anything for me?
No, you're all right. Oh, hang on a minute. Petrol caps. Someone's ripping them off high-performance cars.
What, presumably they're siphoning off the petrol, yeah?
No, they're just nicking the petrol caps and legging it. It's the third incident we've had this week.
Sergeant Morgan's in place at the terminal building now, Suzi.
Are we?
That'll do.
Brian Taylor's just arrived at the main terminal, sir.
Right.
He's just entered the car park now, coming towards you. He's about 5'8", receding hair, wearing a dark grey bomber jacket.
Here he comes.
He's lost some weight, hasn't he?
What's his form?
Burglary, mostly. Till he broke his back jumping out of a first-floor window.
No, he's running errands for John Grieve.
There he is.
That's Grieve.
Unless I'm very much mistaken, that's his bud.
Very nice.
Woods from Meadows.
Go ahead.
What's he up to?
He's entertaining at the moment, a young lady.
Any sign of him moving?
I'd say he'll be some time.
There he goes. Hang on a minute. Right. We're on the move.
8-5 from Sierra Oscar. Position, please.
Yeah, I'm on Goddard Street.
Yeah, will you go to the multi-storey car park in Bream Road and speak to a Mr. Hill? His car's been nicked.
Yep, on way.
Go on, go on. Turn left. Oh, wherever he's going, he's not going to Greaves' place. Woods
from Meadows.
Go ahead.
What's happening, Helen?
No change, sir. They're both still in there. Out.
OK, drive past, and then pull in. Wonder whose gaff that is, then. You wait here.
Hang on, stop for a minute, will you?
Looks like Grieve isn't playing.
Or he is, but not with us.
Taylor's gone into number 14. Now, Bannon only lives a couple of streets away, so nip round there, see if we can find out who lives here.
Gov.
Do you want to get me topped? I've taken enough risks already.
I need a word.
I told you this morning was a one-off. I said I didn't want to see you no more.
You came to us, Frank, remember?
What do you want?
Grieve hasn't shown. They've taken the stuff to Dewberry Road, number 14. I need to know who's in there.
It'll be, Carl Summers' place.
Who?
Greaves' brother-in-law. Does most of his legwork for him.
So Grieve may not show at all?
That's your problem.
Frank, we all want him nicked.
Yeah, but It's down to you now, isn't it? I've told you all that I know.
Police.
Mind me back! What is this? That's his. I don't know anything about it.
Carl Summers, Brian Taylor, I'm arresting you for the possession of Class A drugs with the intent to supply.
I parked it here about 1:30. I came back at 3:10 and it had gone.
Did you see anything suspicious?
No. There's not much point you being here then, is there?
No one hanging around, acting suspiciously, nothing like that, no?
No. I can't stop every car that drives out, can I?
OK, thank you. Did you have anything of value in the car, Mr. Hill?
A CD player for a start. I've got the best sound system going. Thought I'd treat myself, you know.
Any other personal possessions apart from the fixtures?
No. You know, I've had nothing but trouble since I've had this car.
Really?
There's only a fortnight ago I had the petrol cap ripped off.
Yeah. I was in Amsterdam a couple of weeks ago on business.
What kind of business?
Just something new I'm trying to set up. Jewellery, all right?
Go on.
On the way back, I overdid it with in-flight drinks, so being a responsible citizen, I left my car at the airport.
What, for 2 weeks?
I've been busy. So I arranged for this bloke, what's his name?
Brian Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
We know you know him.
I've never seen him in my life before. Anyway, I arranged to have him pick up my car for me.
What about the bag?
I don't know anything about it. Must have been his.
We've got a travel bag containing heroin that was brought to your house and deposited on your coffee table. Do you think for a minute that any jury's going to believe that you had nothing to do with it?
Look, all I did was pay a bloke to do a job, all right? Now, it's not my fault if he turns out to be a villain, is it? I'll just have to be a little bit more careful in the future.
I wouldn't make too many plans for the future if I were you.
I don't know anything about the drugs. I just got paid to pick the car up.
Who by?
A bloke. He came up to me in the pub.
Ah, the mysterious bloke in the pub. I wondered when he'd put in an appearance.
It's the truth. He paid me 20 quid up front, said I'd get another 20 when I got there.
So this bloke gives you, a total stranger, 20 quid and the keys to a BMW?
That's what happened, yeah.
And the car just happened to belong to John Grieve.
Who?
Oh, please. You're Scannell born and bred, aren't you? You two probably went to school together.
I've never heard of him.
And I suppose you've never heard of Carl Summers either.
Not before today, no.
Summers says the drugs are yours.
I've told you I know nothing about them.
Oh, so you're saying the drugs are his then, are you?
Oh, no. No. What are you trying to do to me?
I'm trying to get you to tell us the truth. Because if you don't, Grieve and his brother-in-law will let you cop for the lot.
I'm looking for John Grieve.
At the back, top of the stairs.
Cheers. What's wrong?
Wasting our time, aren't we? We can't nick him.
Yeah, I know. But at least we'll have the pleasure of winding him up. John Grieve.
All right, Steve. What do you want?
Look a bit sick. You had some bad news, have you?
I'm a busy man, Mr. Meadows.
This won't take a minute. It's about your brother-in-law, Carl Summers.
What about him?
We've arrested him for possession with intent to supply.
So what? Why are you telling me?
It's your car he was using.
If you check, you'll find it's a company car. I'll let him have one in permanent loan.
So he works for you, does he?
He's my brother-in-law. I'll let him have it for my sister's sake. What he does with it is his business.
It's not what I've heard. I've heard it's very much your business. And by my calculations, you're £12,000 down this afternoon.
Well, we got Summers and Taylor banged to rights.
Yeah, but Grieve's fireproof and he knows it. Taylor's scared and Summers just wants to protect the family business.
All the same, sir, it's a good result.
Yeah, but I really thought we'd got Grieve this time.
Well, at least we ruined his day.
Excuse me, sir. I got Frank Bannon's daughter on the phone.
What does she want?
She reckons her dad's in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
She says 2 blokes came to the flat 10 minutes ago and took him away. I think you better go and have a word with her. She's in the right state. Thinks they're going to kill him.
I've been to pick Debbie up from school.
These 2 blokes were with your father?
Yeah, they took him off in a car. I wrote the number down. There.
Joe, did you recognise either of these men?
I'd never seen them before. He said they were friends of his, and they were going off to discuss a bit of business.
And did he leave of his own accord, or did they force him?
Of course they forced him.
All right, and was it a fight then, or what?
Dad's not up to a fight. Not anymore. Look, he didn't want to go with them. He went because we were there, and he didn't want to frighten Debbie.
Car's registered to a Steve Royal.
I know him. He was with Grieve this morning.
Address is the Bluebell Club. It's one of Greaves.
Right, come on.
Round the back.
There's someone moving around inside there, sir.
Oi!
Absolute rot!
Run! Where's Bannon? This side!
Right, bring him in. Danny! Danny!
We need an ambulance.
Right, OK, if I came to you with a petrol cap, say off one of these, could you make me a new key?
Yeah. Might take a couple of days.
What, and that key would get me into the car as well?
Oh, yeah, there's one key for everything on these top models.
You haven't had anybody in, have you?
Nah. We wouldn't do it unless we were sure you were the proper owner. But it wouldn't have to be a dealer. Any mechanic who knows the locks, knows how the barrels work, could do it. It's not difficult, really.
OK. I'm less than honest. I get someone to make me a new key. Would he get me past the alarm system?
Yeah, if it's an aperture alarm. Most of ours are. It's controlled by one key. Our latest model's got a fuel cutout, so you can't hotwire it.
But if your thief's got the key...
If he's got a key, he's laughing.
Interview with Steve Royal, 16:30. Those present, DCI Meadows and DS Morgan. You work for John Grieve, right?
Well, this has nothing to do with it.
Oh, nothing ever is it?
Well, you run the Bluebell Club for him, don't you?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me what Frank Bannon was doing there at 3:30 this afternoon?
I'm trying to sell me car. Frank said he was interested.
Oh, so you thought you'd take him out for a spin?
That's right. Then we stopped off at the club to talk about it.
And as a result of this talk, he's now in a coma.
Oh, he just collapsed. 1 minute he's standing there haggling about the price. Next second he's on the floor.
So what were you doing when we arrived?
We were just about to call an ambulance.
Yeah?
Excuse me, sir. Can I have a word, please?
DCI Meadows leaves the room at 16:32.
Well, Frank Bannon's a mate of mine. Honest.
We better just hope that this mate of yours comes out of his coma and backs up your story. DCI Meadows re-enters room.
Right, where were we? Now, you said you took Frank Bannon outside to look at your car, and then he went back to the club to discuss the price.
That's right.
And what happened this afternoon was between you and him, and nobody else was involved.
That's right. He just collapsed. Frank's not a well man.
Not anymore, he's not. He died on the operating table half an hour ago.
Well, you could get a new key done in a couple of days. Any dodgy mechanic could do it.
What's the point? It's easy enough to break into the car.
This is much easier. This is lovely. Listen, look. If you nick a car and you hot wire it, you've still got to get a key made before you can sell the car. And all the time you're doing that and repairing the damage, you've got a dodgy car on your hands, right? Well, this way, you can get the key made in advance and you can shift the car in a matter of hours.
Well, whoever's doing it's probably nicking to order. What sort of cars are we talking about?
I've checked all the cars that have been vandalised in this way. They're all top-of-the-range motors.
Right. Well, the owners need warning.
Thing is, Sarge, one of them's a doctor. He has a weekly clinic at the medical centre this afternoon. Now, if I'm right, I reckon our man could be planning to lift this one today.
Look, you've got to believe me. We never laid a finger on him.
Well, you wouldn't, would you, selling him a car?
Only Frank wasn't there to buy a car, was he?
You better think very carefully about the position you're in. You're facing charges of kidnapping, manslaughter.
Manslaughter if you're lucky.
Well, it depends on the post-mortem.
Pretty soon we're going to find the bloke who was with you. And if you don't tell us the truth, I'm damn sure he will.
Look, supposing I can help you.
Can't make any promises, Stephen.
Though obviously it's in your interest to tell us what really happened.
Starting with what he was doing in the club.
All right. We were told to take him there.
Who by?
John Grieve. He reckoned Frank told you about the drugs at the airport. He told us to take Frank to the club
keep him there till he could get around there.
And then what happened?
Well, Frank came along quiet enough. When we got into the club, he tried to do a runner. And that's when he fell.
Go on.
We were just standing there, waiting for him to get up. Only he never.
Dr. Ryan?
That's right.
PC Quinnen, Sun Hill. I spoke to you on the phone.
Oh, right. Well, I'd left the car across the road there, like you asked.
And that's where you parked it a couple of weeks ago, yeah?
More or less. You really think somebody's going to try and pinch you?
I hope so.
At the time Mr. Bannon was shot, I decided not to remove the bullet. I had to try today, of course. I'm afraid we lost him.
So what actually killed him?
Well, the immediate cause of death was a brain hemorrhage.
So it could have happened at any time?
There was always a possibility. But I gather he'd been in a fight today.
Well, not exactly, no. So from what you're saying, any exertion could have triggered it off?
Pretty much.
So if he was running down the stairs and he tripped?
That would do it. Though in his condition, he shouldn't have been running anywhere. Look, obviously, I can't be more specific until after the post-mortem.
Yeah, I understand that. But if we could find a man who fired the bullet, would we be in a position to charge him with murder?
Well, whatever dislodged it, it was the bullet that killed him. Look, excuse me?
Thanks, Tom.
Still doesn't get us very far, though, does it, sir? I mean, if you couldn't nail Grieve a year ago, we haven't got a prayer now.
I wouldn't say that.
Why? What's changed?
Frank Bannon dying. It's changed everything.
Stand by, George. This looks promising. It's him. Go.
I've got him. All right, sunshine, enough. Okay, all right. Hey, mind the shoes. Mind the shoes.
Right then, sir. You the owner of this car?
What do you think?
Well, since you ask, I think he is.
I can give you the bloke I'm passing the cars on to.
Well, we're not in a position to make promises.
No, I know. But obviously it's in my interest to tell the truth, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You know Dave Nix?
Who?
David Nicholson. Got the lock-up down the back of Dell Road. It's him. Rings me up with a shopping list and I go out and get them.
Who makes the case for you?
He does. I've been to a dealer once or twice, but that can be a bit risky.
So the car you took from the multi-story at Bream Road, we could find this at this David Nicholson's, yeah?
If you get down there sharp as you will. But he turns them round pretty fast. We can have a car to a new owner within hours.
How long have you been doing this?
What, this method? A couple of months. It's a nice little number. You know, these security systems, they might keep the yobs out. But if a real professional wants your car, you've lost it.
It was talking to you lot that did for him.
We didn't kill your father, Jenny.
Now you come round here pretending you're sorry.
Look, Jenny, I didn't even know your father.
Dad never had any time for the police. Especially not that, what's his name, Meadows.
But I do know that he wanted John Grieve put away. Only that's not going to happen, is it, unless you can help us?
Why should I do you any favours?
For your dad's sake. Look, Jenny, John Grieve's going to walk away from all this. In a few weeks' time, he's going to be bragging that he topped Frank Bannon. Now, your dad used to be respected around here.
He still is. He could take John Grieve any time.
That's what happened that night at the Admiral, wasn't it? Your dad sorted him out in front of everybody, so Grieve came back with a gun.
You know what happened.
Yeah, it's no good us knowing what happened, Jenny. It needs someone who was there who will stand up and testify.
We don't do that. We never have.
Look, Jenny, I know it goes against the grain, but the only way your dad's going to get any justice is for you to prove that there's someone else round here who's willing to stand up to John Grieve.
We'd have to move away from him.
Well, we can help you with that.
Nothing much to keep me here now. It's not the same around here anymore.
So you'll testify? Yeah. That John Grieve was the man who shot your father?
I saw him, plain as I'm looking at you. Me and my dad were coming out the pub. John Grieve stepped out the alley, put a gun to his head, and shot him.
I'm going to have to ask you to come down to the station and make a statement to that effect.
Just, give me a minute. I'll get my friend to come look after Debbie.
Well, you can take her with you if you like.
I'm not having her going up there.
OK, I'll wait outside. Jenny, you're doing the right thing.
I'm not doing it for you.
John Grieve!
This is harassment. I'm calling my lawyer.
You're going to need him. I'm arresting you for the murder of Frank Bannon.
What?
You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence.
This is a joke.
No joke. Frank Bannon died today at 4 o'clock.
I didn't kill him. I've been here all day. I've got witnesses.
And I've got a witness who saw you outside the Admiral pub the night that John Bannon was shot. You killed him, all right. You killed him a year ago. It's just that neither of you realised it. Take him away.
You'll never make this stick. Never!
You reckon Jenny will go through with it?
Well, I'll leave her in your capable hands. Don't worry, she won't change her mind. She's Frank Bannon's do.
Yeah, I'm at Chandler's Lane. It looks like it's slipped its anchor or something. It's difficult to tell, but it doesn't look like there's anyone on board.
Could you have someone maybe catch up with it further down the river?
Bung it up to Tim's division. Tell Tony and Caff to keep an eye on it till they get a launch up there.
487 from Sierra Oscar receiving. Go ahead. Thames are asking if it's a danger to other river traffic.
Doesn't seem to be a problem at the moment, Polly.
They want a description of the boat.
It's blue and white, about 15, 20 foot long with a small cabin.
What condition is it in?
Radio going.
Dunno. Seems like there might have been somebody on board, Polly.
Can you give me any more details?
Well, there's some clothing and sounds like a radio playing.
There's definitely nobody on board?
No, Sarge.
Alert the ambulance service, Sarge.
Yeah, we don't know if anyone's gone in yet.
Oh, Sarge, Thames reckon there's a harbour master's launch close at hand. It could help.
Glad there wasn't a body in that.
We'll moor this and then we'll do a search.
Any idea where the boat comes from?
Don't recognise it. It's not local. There may be something on board can tell us.
And these clothes, they look quite young.
Packet of fags. Nothing else in there.
Sierra Oscar from 487 receiving.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're taking charge of the vessel now, Paul.
Our fault.
Looks like some kind of party.
It must have been. Still be going on this time of day.
You don't reckon they could have got drunk and just let it float away?
No, they'd have told someone, wouldn't they? I mean, you don't just let it drift.
487 from Sierra Oscar receiving.
Go ahead.
You'll need to locate a serial number on the engine for Thames to run a mariner check on their computer.
Hang on, Polly. The serial number, please.
TD 4136.
Yeah, that's Tango Delta 4136, Polly.
Well, if someone's gone in, chances of finding them alive now are pretty slim.
According to Thames, the boat's reported stolen from outside a house on our patch yesterday.
Oh, from Scannell?
On a trailer.
Maybe the thieves dumped it.
Could be. Anyway, the owners are Mr. Dale. Get a number and contact him, Reg.
Are they going to continue the search?
That's up to Thames. I think I'll pass this up the corridor.
You've got 4 minutes, you know, once you're in the water. That's what they reckon. After that, you slink with the fishes.
Well, Thames lads think it should come landside, sir. Why? Investigate theft of the boat. There's no evidence of anyone in the water. They found a life jacket that probably belongs to the boat, but that doesn't prove anything.
Anyone established where the boat was launched? There's got to be a limited number of sites.
Well, I'll get Kath and Tony to check both slipways.
How old are these kids likely to have been? Have we got any idea?
Looks like a couple of teenagers.
13, 19, what are we talking?
Not sure.
Why are we using the incident room?
That's the only room I could find, Sarge. I've got to check all this with the loser, Mr. Dale. He's on his way over.
She spent a bit on this.
Yeah, it looks like they're well turned out. School age, most likely.
Well, let's hope they had their fun and let the boat just drift away.
Yeah, have a look at this.
Huh. Just get coupons in mine.
There's 60 quid here. I don't think they just let this drift away.
The Pyrenees on the boat. The same markings.
If it was launched here, where's the trailer?
That's good news. If it's not here, they must have driven off with it.
Well, that only takes one of them. The other one could have gone in. What we need is some witnesses.
Yeah. The only way we're going to know what really happened is to find one of them.
Unless we find them in there.
Right. If you'd just like to tell us which of these possessions are yours, if any.
Yeah, the life jacket belongs to one of my kids.
We found that in the water. Where are your children right now?
They're at home with their mum. These other things belong to the thieves then, do they?
That's what we're trying to establish.
Ooh. You don't like to think how young they are, do you? This siphon's theirs.
Probably so they could nick some fuel.
Yeah, but you know the engine don't work. They probably wouldn't have found that out till it was too late.
So they could have been stranded?
Well, if they were lucky, someone else might have come along on another vessel. No, they wouldn't have taken them on board without securing my boat.
What about getting back onto the bank?
No, it's difficult. Dangerous even without high tide. Oh, I wish I'd known this was going to happen. I knew I should have clamped that trailer.
Well, we don't know anything's happened yet.
Yeah, but if it has, it's the parents I feel sorry for.
No one?
No one in.
Morning, madam. We're looking for witnesses to an incident that happened earlier today.
Oh, not been another car stolen, has there?
Boat, actually. Launched from the slipway. Wonder if you've seen anyone.
Never even saw my husband leave this morning.
Do you hear any kids playing about, love?
Oh, I did hear a load of shrieking.
When was that?
I don't know what time it was. I was asleep, but they're always shrieking, love.
Who's they?
Well, if you look, you'll probably see them around.
We haven't seen anyone.
What kind of incident? Well, nothing's happened to them, has it?
To who?
Well, there's a pack of them.
How old?
9, 10. Oh, they're noisy brats, but they're only babies.
Sir, apparently Stamp and Marshall have caused a bit of a panic on one of the estates. Some of the parents are worried that a gang of tots have gone missing.
I thought there were supposed to be teenagers on board.
Now, with these baggy clothes the kids wear these days, it's difficult to say. But according to the shoes that were found, Jarvis reckons it's 2 boys, aged about 14 plus.
What do we do? We've no witnesses, no evidence. Just hope no bodies pop up. Thanks, Bob.
Sir.
Okay, nothing to worry about.
Someone said there's been an accident on the river.
Well, there may have been an incident, we're not sure.
Do you know if my son was involved?
All we know is that a stolen boat was found drifting nearby. We're trying to establish if there was anyone on board.
I didn't see anything. I just want to know about my youngest. He didn't come home last night.
OK, well, if you give me his name and some details. Has he ever done this sort of thing before?
Sometimes. Sometimes he stays with a mate.
Go ahead.
We've had a report of a body in the water underneath the barges at St Mary's Pier.
Tony? Your message received, ETA 2 minutes.
Down here. It was right down here.
Yeah, there's the life jacket.
Matches the one from the boat, Sarge.
No. It was over here. I've lost it.
It must be one of the 2 boys. Slipway's a few hundred yards upstream.
No, it looked like a girl.
There she is.
Do we know who she is yet?
Well, there's nothing to immediately identify her.
But we're confident that she came off the boat.
Well, there's nothing to link her with it, apart from the life jacket that was found floating nearby.
I'm going to inform Mr. Cato.
You can pass it on to CID?
No, not unless we suspect foul play.
I thought if somebody drowned, you roughly knew where they were going to turn up.
If they drown in a fish pond, yeah. With the Thames, you haven't got a hope. Even if they all went in there together. One boy could end up upstream, the other on his way to Sheerness. You just have to wait.
Well, how long?
Hours, days, weeks, I wish I could say.
Sir, Inspector Dean, Thames Division.
Tony.
Andrew, we landed the body about half an hour ago, so it'll be some time before we can get a PM.
Any injuries not consistent with drowning?
Slight bruise into the left temple. Nothing untoward. Could have happened when she came off the boat.
She is from the boat, you certain about that?
Oh, she's a fresh one. Fresh as a daisy. She's not decomposed. She was found halfway between the launch site and where the boat was picked up. You have to draw your own conclusion, but I would say it was a safe bet.
Any identifying marks that might help us come up with a name?
Brunette. Good-looking girl. I'd say she'd have to be 17 or more, as we found car keys on her.
What make of car?
They're spare keys, no name on them.
I haven't picked up and checked on the cars parked by the slipway.
Let's see the key.
Bit ironic. Steals a boat, puts an alarm on her car.
Maybe she didn't know it was stolen. Here we go. So it hasn't got too wet.
Don't be lazy, just try the key in the doors, will you? You check for ID, I'll do the PNC check, okay?
What, tow bar? Where's the trailer, though?
Sierra Oscar from 487, receiving you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, PNC check. A blue-grey Renault 25, Foxtrot 719, November Lima Charlie, believed to belong to the dead girl.
Possibly a Nicky Glover. Video membership card. No address, though.
So what sort of match have they got? Well, the soccer can pick the shoes up here, or I'll bring them across.
We think these kids have been at it before.
Well, we got a probable for the girl, Nicky Glover. Car was registered to a Colin David Glover. Can't be sure, but it could be the dad or brother.
OK, then. Cheers, Ray. Could we have a look at the trainers found? They're fairly new, aren't they?
They're in the incident room. Ask Bob to do the honours with Mr. Glover, would you please, Matthew?
Right.
One of the lads has a very distinctive pattern on the sole of his shoes. We've got the possibility of a match with a boat theft last weekend.
So it's a regular occurrence?
Well, we had a boat taken up to Putney last weekend. They dumped that, nicked a car to come back. We've had about 4 or 5 of these, what I call away days.
What's this, then?
Colin Glover?
Yeah?
May we come in?
Got a search warrant?
That's not why we're here. Do you own a Renault 25 F719 NLC?
Yeah? Why?
Do you know where it is now?
No, I don't know. My daughter Nikki had it last night.
I think we had better come in then, Mr. Glover. Thank you. Would you like to take a seat, Mr. Glover?
Look, I don't understand. What's this about?
It's concerning your daughter. There was an incident on the river last night. A young girl died, and we believe the description might fit your daughter.
She never goes anywhere near the river.
When did you last see her, Mr. Glover?
I don't know, last night sometime.
We have some personal items we'd like you to identify. We're not certain, but we suspect they might be your daughter's.
Is this Nicky's?
I can't. I mean, she's got something like that, yeah.
I'm afraid we're going to have to ask you to make a formal identification.
I'll get my jacket.
I think she's wearing this locket in the photograph.
So look. Yeah. 17. When they die so young, eh? Makes you wonder how we managed to live so long.
Soccer will come by later to pick up the shoes.
OK, we'll have Dad ID the girl so they can go ahead with the post-mortem. Then we'll run him back here and hopefully he'll be able to identify the boys from the clothing.
Get some names.
Yeah, although that's the worst. If the boys went in, I'd rather have the bodies first before alarming the parents.
I don't understand. Why was she on the boat?
Well, that's what we're trying to establish. And I have to tell you, the boat was stolen.
She's never stolen anything in her life. She wouldn't do that.
Well, she may not have known. Does she often stay out all night?
Well, that was a drink and drive. If she had a drink, she'd stay over, that's all.
Where?
Well, wherever the party was, I don't know. Well, how come no one saw her? There must have been someone with her.
Yeah, 2 boys.
What boys?
Well, you don't know what happened to them. I'm afraid they might have drowned.
I can't believe this. Is someone trying to find out? I mean, she may have been forced into all this, you know.
We found 2 jackets and some other items on the boat. Now, you can have a look at them. You might be able to identify the boys.
Do you think they pushed her in?
I'm afraid we're going to have to conduct a post-mortem. But there's no evidence of foul play.
Message from Thames Division, Sarge. They found a trailer submerged on the slipway where we thought that boat was launched, but they've got some problem with kids mucking around on the embankment.
Right, send Tony and Kath. I'll tell Mr. Munro.
We don't want a post-mortem done. I mean, we don't want her body interfered with.
I can understand that, Mr. Glover, but in these instances, a matter of course.
Can't you tell some other way?
We have to find out what happened, Mrs. Glover.
You think these boys might have hurt her?
We're not really certain what happened at this point.
I just don't want anything else done to her if it's not necessary.
What have you done so far to try and find the boys?
Would you like to see if you can identify some of this clothing? Do you recognise any of it? They probably took them off before they launched the boat down the slipway, save them getting wet.
Anthony,
How can you say that?
I went shopping for the boys with Jackie.
You recognise the shoes?
It is, I'm sure it is. My sister's boy. I think it might be both of them.
You kids there! Little away from that trailer! Oi, you lot! Off it!
Hang on. You see this go in?
No, it was like that.
What were you doing then?
Mucking around.
Were you here earlier today when some older kids were mucking around, putting a boat in the water?
No,
Because at least one of those kids drowned.
we're all right, we can swim.
You need more than your 50-metre certificate in there, mate.
So it's all right to change Mike for Polly, yeah? Yeah, sure. Thanks, Matt. We need a WPC, Polly. You know what's going on, yeah?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to be much help.
Good luck, Paul.
Thanks.
How are we going to do this?
Well, Mrs. Glover's sister came to the station only knowing that the niece was dead. She was already in transit when we were trying to contact her. Can you? So. Mrs. Glover, would you like to speak to your sister, or shall we?
Can I speak to her first?
Of course. Can you show them through?
This way. You can wait in here. What are we going to do if it is them?
Well, we can only tell them what we know.
3 of them from one family, Sarge.
Can you see the clothes?
Of course. Mrs. Nixon, I'm sure your sister's explained. Can you confirm that those clothes belong to your sons?
Doesn't mean to say they're dead, though, does it?
No. When did you last see them?
Well, when my youngest didn't come home last night, I thought... He's not like my eldest, Anthony, is he?
Have you seen the boys today?
No.
If something happened, they could have gone into hiding, couldn't they?
Where? If you know where, we can send some police officers to search for them.
right, sir.
I'm not sure if I want it back, to be honest.
Tony! Give us a hand, I've got a couple of incident boards here.
I wish I'd never had it in the first place.
This will probably be one of those where we never really know what happened.
You realise how fast that tide's going? 4 knots may not sound like much, but you launch something into there and you'd be surprised the impact that would cause against the side of a boat. You give a fair old jolt.
Enough to knock them in.
You try standing on one of these modern plastic decks in the wet. You're supposed to have proper shoes. 2 of the kids were barefoot. The parents, what are they doing here? Mr. Glover.
They want to see where it happened.
Well, there's not much to see.
It's one of the women who came up to us earlier at the flats.
Do you reckon I should have a word with them?
Maybe not. Not now. Why?
I'm going to go get the car.
Tony.
We need the car for evidence, huh?
No, we'll let him go. No, and he'll need the car, won't he, for the funeral and things. We want to get the trailer out of there.
Sergeant!
And
on the back shelf there's a baseball cap. It belongs to one of Nicky's friends. He must have been with them. On the back shelf there.
You know his name?
Yeah. He lives at number 15. Alex Mitchell, I'll show you.
No, leave it to us.
I just want to talk to him.
Please, Tony.
Come on, sir, we've explained, all right?
I just want to find out what happened!
Look, it'd be best if you weren't here. Please, just leave it to us, all right?
Alex? Alex? Come on, Alex, we can see you. Come on, Alex, we just want to talk to you.
only a kid.
Keep an eye on the parents, I don't want them coming over. Well, Alex, we're not going to do anything. We just want to know if you were with Nicky or Anthony and John Nixon last night. Do you want us to contact your parents?
It wasn't anything to do with me. I wasn't with them.
You know what happened, though? Come on, Alex, let us in. You wait here.
Have you found them?
We found Nicky.
I don't know what happened, honest. I didn't have anything to do with it. I just helped push the boat in, that's all.
You know Nicky's dead? Tell me about John and Anthony. Were they with you?
It was their fault.
How?
They fell in. They was larking about. Then Anthony it was, he started screaming to get him out.
How did they fall in?
We didn't see. It was dark. They was just shouting at us.
Who's we?
Me and Nicky. We wanted to do something. Then Nicky jumped in. I stayed on the bank. There was nothing I could do. We couldn't see them. Then they stopped shouting. They just went. Nicky was shouting at me. And I kept hearing her, but...
Yeah, all right.
I just wanted to stay alive.